Hey everybody, welcome back for part 76. We're gonna get back into this cutscene here. Rather saying I'm going to go back to how I was. I've thought about it a lot. Namine said the same thing. Roxas, you have a heart, don't you? While Namine and we don't really have hearts, do we? I don't know either. I guess not. But the heart's not something you can see. I've started wondering whether it's something you can't feel either. If so, then nah, never mind. What are you getting at? I'm sure Sora will find the answer. Because he's me. Yeah, that's true. This really takes me back. Do you remember? We met the day you got your new name. And then we watched the sunset from up here. Yeah, this is where I came from. But yeah, this is where I came from. Everyone, Hainer, Pence, Olet. I hope they're okay. You should go and see them again, looking for your answer. Yeah, so I have to go. Sora's waiting for me. Yeah, I guess he is. Whoa, this ice cream really is salty. Yes, that's actually what he said. Goodbye, Axel. Goodbye, partner. Alright, so that's it for that cutscene. Rest of it, same as normal. Now, unfortunately, I believe there was another scene after the Sayax battle, but I did skip that. Now, I decided on... in my earlier videos, I had mentioned about... in the description, I had said some things about possibly making videos with the cutscenes. I believe now I probably will be doing videos of the new cutscenes. I'll try to do, if you guys want, I can do the voice acting like I did there, just doing the voices for
that guy.
I could do the voices right here, just so you could hear the English translation that I had from the translation guide. Now, Goofy just said he must have been trying to trick you, but if you look at the Japanese writing, he said Sora in that sentence. So yeah, that's just proof that things aren't exactly translated from Japanese. Hold on a second. Oh, that's... Okay, and I believe we got a new keyblade for doing that. I believe it's called a Crossing 2 or 2's Crossing. I just go with a Crossing 2. Now, it's a 5. As you saw, its stats are, it's a 5-4. But first, Combo Master. You can fully execute your normal combos without having to hit enemies. Very, very useful ability. Now, however, If you're not hitting an enemy, then you won't do things like aerial spiral or flash step or anything like that. You will still do the only moves that you will be able to do using Combo Master if you're not hitting an enemy are Guard Break, Explosion, and Aerial Finish. None of the other ones will be used. No, the other ones, they can only be used if you're actually hitting an enemy. Alright, but yeah, anyway, you may have seen here I went in anti-form. That's because of the ability of the Crossing 2 Keyblade. I believe the translation is called Light and Dark. Basically, what it does is it increases your chance of going into final form. However, it also means basically it increases your chance of going into final form. The bad thing is that the only two, while you have it equipped, the only two forms that you can ever drive into are anti-form and final form. So basically, when you go into drive, if it doesn't turn into anti-form, then if you don't drive into final form, like if you don't obtain it when you do a drive, then you'll go into anti-form. So I would not recommend it for boss battles. In fact, you'll see I unequip it during my fights with Zigbar. So yeah, it's not a good idea to have it equipped during boss fights. Because I believe even after you have final form, its effects will still apply. So basically, if you go into anything except final form, it'll go into anti-form instead. However, now this is the same in both games. When you pick final form to drive into final form, there is an absolutely 0% chance of going into anti-form. There is no possible way that you can go into anti-form by picking final form. There is always a chance when you pick the other forms, but there is absolutely 0% chance going into final form. Because if you've seen in the player's guide, there's like an anti-form point count thingy, and an invisible point count thingy that basically goes up when you, as you drive into any form except for anti-form. Except for final form, and it goes down each time you drive into final form and each time you drive into anti-form. And also, whenever you gain a new form, the count goes down to 0. And basically, based on the range of there's like certain ranges of points, and it determines your probability of going into anti-form. Again, this is on the player's guide, and there's probably something on GameFAQs.com. Alright, now there's the ultimate weapon. As you saw, all we need is a Serenity Crystal. No, not Serenity Crystal. Twilight Crystal and a Dense Crystal. However, we also need 7. We need 3 more Orichalcum Pluses, because you need to use the Energy Crystal. It's the only recipe in the entire game that requires you to use an Energy Crystal. Because there's only 7 Orichalcum Pluses in the entire game, and that recipe requires 13, so you have to use the Energy Crystal. Now the 3 that I'm missing, you see I have 4 right now. The 3 that the 4 that I've gotten, I got from Atlantica, 100 Acre Wood, that treasure chest you saw right to my left, or it's back behind that corner. It's very easy to miss, so make sure you find it. Alright, I cut out me saving that. But yeah, the other one that I've gotten so far was the one in the area right before the MCP in Space Paradox. Alright, now like I said before, now that I've entered here, the shadows will not be appearing anymore. And there's no more the shadows that used to appear in the city area. They no longer appear. It's now nobody's. I believe I show that in a later video. But yeah, no more shadows there, so you can't use that to level up Wisdom Form anymore. Yeah, the other 3 Orichalcum Pluses that I'm missing are the one that you get. You get one for that was a regular one. You get one for completing the Goddess of Fate Cup in Olympus Coliseum, which I will not be able to access until I beat Xemnas for the first time. The second one is it's actually in Twilight Town. Basically, the area in the beginning of the game where you look for the 7 wonders, it's right around the same area where Roxas where you find the ability ring. It's like right around where that is. And then the last Orichalcum Plus you get by you get from the Moogle, the Synthesis Moogle.